Just ahead on CTV News, a county student is robbed while waiting for the school bus this morning. Plus,
coming up, I'll tell you how the State Department is making it easier for adult passport holders to renew their passports online. Don't go anywhere.
And the County Film Festival is near. We have all the details on CTV News starting now.
Good evening. This is CTV News for September 19th. I'm Katara Jones.
And I'm Mariah Gillette. Thanks for joining us. In Accokeek, a robbery and shots fired this morning as 4 high school boys were waiting for the bus. Just after 6:30, 2 suspects approached the boys from a blue Hyundai. The suspects stole multiple items from one of the victims, including a pair of shoes. A single gunshot was fired into the air by one of the suspects. Thankfully, none of the victims were harmed in the incident.
Shoes are pretty pricey or what have you, so he had to work towards getting the shoes, and that's what they're like really shooken up about it. And my son, he was like, Mom, I didn't want to give up my shoes, I worked hard for this. And I'm like, please, give up the shoes, But, and you can live to tell the story. So, yeah, to be so young and you can't even enjoy the fruits of your labor, like you work all summer and stuff like that to get these items and can't keep them.
That was the mother of the victim whose shoes were stolen. According to her son, the suspects are around the same age as the victims. Anyone with information is urged to call PG Crime Solvers at 1-866-411-TIPS.
The feds have finally lowered its benchmark interest rate from a 23-year high by a whopping half percentage point. So what does this all mean? There will be more jobs as unemployment is down for the first time since March. While the Fed does not set mortgage rates, they tend to follow the same direction and are expected to also decline. For borrowers, this rate cut will mean better rates from lenders. Currently, average interest rates are at 23% from new offers and 21% for existing ones. These numbers are now expected to drop.
My colleagues and I remain squarely focused on achieving our dual mandate goals of maximum employment and stable prices for the benefit of the American people. Our economy is strong overall and has made significant progress toward our goals over the past 2 years. The labor market has cooled from its formerly overheated state. Inflation has eased substantially from a peak of 7% to an estimated 2.2% as of August. We're committed to maintaining our economy's strength by supporting maximum employment and returning inflation to our 2% goal.
Meanwhile, lawmakers on the Hill are facing another government shutdown deadline that's quickly approaching, though they haven't felt the need to start reaching across the aisle just yet. Congress has 12 days left to approve a short-term government funding bill. House GOP leaders have been trying to pass a 6-month resolution that would also contain a bill requiring proof of citizenship to register to vote, but it did not pass. House Speaker Mike Johnson blamed the Senate for not being further along in the annual appropriations process. And when speaking to reporters, Johnson did not rule out a lapse in funding that could begin October 1st. And Vice President Kamala Harris made her bid for presidency to Latino voters Wednesday. The Democratic nominee pitched her candidacy at a Congressional Hispanic Caucus event in Washington. Harris gave her typical stump speech outlining her plan for the presidency and highlighting what it will do for Latino Americans. She also used the opportunity to criticize her opponent, former President Donald Trump.
And while we fight to move our nation forward to a brighter future, Donald Trump and his extremist allies will keep trying to pull us backward. We all remember what they did to tear families apart. And now they have pledged to carry out the largest deportation, a mass deportation, in American history. And understand we can do both, create an earned pathway to citizenship and ensure our border is secure. We can do both.
More than 36 million Latino voters will be eligible to cast a ballot in the November election, and the voting bloc could be critical in battleground states like Nevada and Arizona.
Montgomery County Police are on the hunt for 3 suspects involved in a burglary of a giant food store in Germantown. Now take a look at your screen. The suspects backed a Dodge Ram into the main entrance, hopped out, and tried to break into the ATM. They then drove the vehicle inside the store, trying multiple times again to break in. Eventually, they drove away without any money until the truck broke down in the store parking lot. The suspects jumped out of the vehicle and ran away. Investigators found the truck had been stolen in Germantown as well. And Maryland State Police are urging the public to be vigilant of a scam involving Gmail accounts. According to police, scammers will send an email to unsuspecting Gmail users with a photograph of their residence from Google Maps and demand Bitcoin money as ransom. Some ways to protect yourself is to be careful with links and websites on emails. Don't share your personal information unless you know the site is secure, and scammers rush people to prevent them from thinking rationally. So always pause and ask. You can report any online scams to ic3.gov.
And some great news for travelers. Americans can now renew their passports online, skipping the hassle of the old mail-in process that often led to frustrating delays. Our Michaela Newton reports from BWI.
That's right. The State Department announced Wednesday that its new online renewal system is fully up and running. This service is available to adult passport holders whose passports expired in the last 5 years or are set to expire soon. However, there are some limitations. This online option isn't available for children's passports, first-time applicants, or those living outside the U.S.
I have my passport because my license expired 2 days ago, so this is my valid form of identification for my trip today.
The State Department estimates that around 5 million Americans will be able to use this new service each year. In 2023, they processed a staggering 24 million passports, with about 40% being renewals.
It makes a lot more sense, and it's easier for us to do and more convenient.
After staffing shortages during the pandemic led to significant delays, the department has made improvements that have cut wait times by about a third. Most applications are now processed in less time than the advertised 6 to 8 weeks. The new system allows you to submit your documents, photos, and payment through a secure website, which is a huge time saver. And the fee remains the same.
Love it. Just makes all of our lives easier, but I'm really happy that things are actually being more efficient and productive.
So this is just the beginning. The State Department is fully committed to making the passport renewal process even more accessible in the future. Reporting in Baltimore for CTV News, I'm Michaela Newton.
All right, Michaela, thanks for that update. That's great news for all of us planning our next trip.
All right, DMV natives and out-of-towners, listen up. Public bathrooms could finally be coming to the National Mall. Did you know there's not a single public toilet in the National Mall between the Washington Monument and the U.S. Capitol? The National Park Service says there are 9 restrooms on the mall, but none are located east of 15th Street, making it a long trek for some visitors. Good news is the National Capitol Planning Commission is set to review plans to add 12 new public restrooms and upgrade 3 existing comfort stations, including 4 right on the mall. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Katara Jones.
And I'm Mariah Gillad. Coming up, Governor Wes Moore made a couple stops in the county this morning. Find out which medical center the governor toured.
And a well-known stage play is returning back to Prince George's County. We spoke to the theater company showcasing the play. These stories and more after the break.
If alcohol builds a wall around you that doesn't let you see where you're going, that keeps you feeling isolated and alone, that makes you feel hopeless, know this: we're here to help if you want us to. It's never too early or too late to ask for help with a drinking problem. Alcoholics Anonymous, there is a way out. For more information, visit aa.org and download the Meeting Guide app.
Welcome back. Governor Wes Moore had a busy morning today, making 3 stops in the area. 2 of those were right here in Prince George's County. Moore toured the Advent Healthcare Fort Washington Medical Center. He also had the chance to speak to doctors while on the visit about how the state can better assist the healthcare system.
Health really is the foundation for long-term community support and long-term community upliftment. And so we're really proud of the work that's taking place here, really inspired by the work that's taking place here. And we want to continue to let them know that they're going to continue to have the state support because they continue to support the state.
Meantime, an epidemic that has devastated the country for more than a decade shows signs of slowing down. Overdose prevention specialists are breathing a sigh of relief as the number of overdose deaths has decreased nationally. Drug deaths have already reduced by 10.6% according to the CDC, and numbers are expected to decline further. Some researchers believe the increased availability of the life-saving medicine naloxone is responsible for the decline, but most experts agree the data does not provide clear answers on the main reason for the decline. And the CIA officer that admitted to drugging and sexually assaulting more than 24 women around the world is sentenced to 30 years in federal prison. On Wednesday, Brian Jeffrey Raymond was also ordered to serve a lifetime of supervised release, pay more than $250,000 to his victims, and register as a sex offender after leaving prison. Prosecutors said Raymond's assaults date back to 2006 and spanned his career through D.C., Mexico, Peru, and other countries. In a statement, the CIA condemned Raymond's crimes, saying there is absolutely no excuse for his reprehensible, appalling behavior.
A Hyattsville man is under arrest in connection with 2 sexual abuse offenses in Northwest D.C. He has been identified as 25-year-old Tajay Warren. Police say that at 6:45 p.m. on Tuesday, Warren engaged in unwanted sexual conduct with 2 victims in the 1800 and 2300 blocks of Wisconsin Avenue. He was taken into custody yesterday and is charged with 2 counts of misdemeanor sex abuse. And an Upper Marlboro man is sentenced to 21 months in federal prison for wire fraud. The suspect is 55-year-old Ejike Asieg Bunham. According to the plea agreement, Asieg Bunham conspired with others to sell fake nurse diplomas and educational transcripts from January 2018 to June 2021. He also helped people purchasing the fake documents to get fraudulent nursing licenses. Asieg Bunham also owned a nursing school but was not properly licensed. He will be required to give up the money he made in the fraud scheme, which is about $1.6 million.
And University of Maryland President Darrell Pines has requested an independent review of his research following accusations of plagiarism. According to the Daily Wire, a paper co-authored by Pines in 2002 contained wording that was identical to a section of a tutorial website. The university, through a spokesperson, said that Pines' scientific work is proven and verified. Pines has now joined a growing list of university presidents accused of plagiarism.
A popular musical stage play is coming back to Prince George's for this weekend only. Solomon's Word Theater Initiative, Inc. will present Anatomy of Love at the Bowie Center for Performing Arts beginning tomorrow through Sunday, September 22nd. The family-friendly play is the brainchild of writer and director Ricky Solomon, who wrote the play 4 years ago. The audience will dive into the world of 3 sisters who are all tackling love, family dynamics, and romantic relationships in their own way.
I hope the audience will leave the show and have meaningful conversations just about their relationships, whether you're married, dating, single, divorced, it doesn't matter. This show will spark genuine conversation that I think you'll be able to take some of the nuggets from the show and apply to your everyday life.
The Anatomy of Love is a tool that connects with love stories. I think that the topic of love is something that everyone can relate to. Everyone is at different spaces in their love journey and their love story.
For more details on the play, visit the website on your screen.
Well, weekend track work on the Metro could affect how passengers on the Orange, Blue, and Silver lines travel. Service repairs to the aerial structure over the Anacostia River will cause closures to the following stations: Orange Line between Potomac Avenue and New Carrollton, and Blue and Silver Line between Potomac Avenue and Capitol Heights. Shuttle buses will run free of charge as a replacement to the previously mentioned closed stations. The Red Line will operate on a single track system this weekend as well. And before we go to break, we have some good news to share on a missing man we reported on yesterday. 70-year-old Colin Fryer has been found. Fryer was reported missing on Monday in Morningside. Thankfully, he was found in good health yesterday. And still to come on CTV News, the Prince George's County Film Festival is back.
And after the break, we speak to the director on what attendees can expect. Stay tuned.
The doctor said I only had a 29% chance to find you. But I knew you were out there. Every night, even when my heart was sad, I wished for you to sign up. I got so sick that I couldn't go to school, but I still made people laugh. But when we matched, it was the best day ever. Dear donor, your blood stem cells saved me from leukemia. Thank you forever and ever and ever. Sincerely, Owen.
Experience the true joy of saving a life at nmdp.org.
When I first had Jaden, I'd get comments all the time about how happy I must be. I remember thinking there must be something wrong with me because I don't feel all this joy I'm supposed to be feeling. It was hard to admit that, even to my doctor, but she told me it was postpartum depression and that is very treatable. These days, things are feeling right, even if they don't always go that way.
Welcome back. Well, if you haven't heard, the Prince George's County Film Festival is just around the corner, and this year is expected to be another blockbuster.
The festival is designed to support and uplift local filmmakers, providing a platform to showcase their films and network with industry representatives and other local creatives. Joining us in studio today to talk about Take 3 of the festival is director Miss Donna Foster Dotson. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
So this is Take 3 of the festival. It's the third year. What makes this year so unique?
Well, the fact that we're here for 3 years is a great accomplishment. We started out with a vision to provide a platform for filmmakers to get together, share their works, network with industry officials, and let the world know that Prince George's County is a place where filmmakers can come and work on their film productions, and for filmmakers here locally to realize that they can stay home and do their productions here in the county.
And can you talk about what makes Prince George's such a unique place for filmmakers?
Well, we're at the steps of the nation's capital, so a lot of times people come to this area to go to the Capitol, but we provide an alternative we have a wide range of locations. We have parks that have phenomenal locations for different creative ideas. And so we make things easier here in the Prince George's Film Office. We try to help you navigate through the system so that you don't have to spend a lot of time trying to get the things that you need, and you can just focus on your creative.
So who else is this film festival for? It sounds like a great outlet for people in the industry. Who else?
It's also for people that just enjoy watching films, because we had over 169 submissions from around the county, the country, and the world. So if you are interested in film and want to see some very creative, good storytelling, then you should join us at the Prince George's Film Festival. It starts on Wednesday with a community screening of a documentary called the game that changed college basketball. And that is one of our grantees. We offered grants to assist filmmakers with their thing, and he is one of our grantees. And that community screening, which is at the Greenbelt Theater, is free to the public. And that documentary takes a look at a game that impacted the college basketball tournaments as we know them today.
And you mentioned 169 films. Can you talk about some of the other films that will be screened?
Yeah, so we have different categories. We have a student category, we have a short category, we have an international category, we have a feature and a documentary. So we have all the different disciplines in film where people submitted their works. And so what we'll do is they're screened and judged, and on Sunday at MGM, we'll have our closing banquet where we will select the winner of each category. That evening also we'll have a conversation with actress Victoria Raoul, who was also a primary actress in the film that won the feature category last year. Again, it's 4 days of panel discussions, networking opportunities. You can screen all of the films that were accepted 24 hours a day virtually. New this year is that we're going to screen the shorts that were selected. So you'll be able to do in-person screening of the shorts. And we also are showcasing some of the venues here. We're at Prince George's Community College for our opening night and panel discussions on Friday. On Saturday, we move over to Bowie State University, which also has a phenomenal fine arts and performing center where we will continue with more workshops. We have an actor study where people that are interested in acting can go and get classes and lessons. We have an animation panel where you can take a look at the latest in animation, and there's a discussion where they talk about the impact of artificial intelligence on filmmaking.
Yeah, that's a big topic right now, definitely. What else are you hoping that participants take away from the film festival this year?
The takeaway that Prince George's County is a place where you can be creative, that we help you see your creative vision, and that we provide a service to you where you can showcase it, where you can meet other people and discuss and exchange ideas, and where you can learn from things in the industry that you didn't know about. You can also network and meet people who can help you grow. We have a finance panel where you can talk to people in the finance world about how to fund your vision and what you do once you get that funding.
And, you know, do you hope that this film festival will be big like the Sundance Film Festival is?
That's the dream. That's the dream. I think that we've done a phenomenal job this is our 3rd year, and I think that it exceeded all of our expectations. And when you talk to people that attended the film festival, they will tell you that one of the things that they like about this is that it has something for everyone.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Again, the Prince George's Film Festival is from September 26th to the 29th. For more information, visit pgfilmfestival.com. And stay right there. Simon Buggs has our Thursday sports page.
That's right, and he'll be talking football from Terps to the Ravens. Stay tuned.
More than 6 million kids in the U.S. have ADHD. Many aren't getting the support they need. At understood.org, we can help. Sometimes in class, the only thing your child can focus on are the thoughts racing through their head.
Why can't I just pay attention? Why am I always falling behind? Why do I feel so alone? So different.
Your child is looking to you for answers, to help them make sense of it all. But as a parent, you probably have a lot of questions too. What should I do next? Where do I even start? At understood.org, we provide parents with the resources they need to help kids with ADHD thrive. Your child wants to thrive. Be the reason they do.
What up, sports fans? Grab a seat because it's time for your favorite segment, the Thursday Sports Page. We begin with some NFL news, as it hasn't been the start that Baltimore Ravens fans have been hoping for, as the team has struggled to start the season. Baltimore is 0-2 on the young season, which puts them in last place in the AFC North. A reason for the team's slow start to the season is due to their scoring struggles. The Ravens are ranked 14th in scoring despite being ranked top 10 in rushing and passing yards, as well as number 1 in total offense. And head coach John Harbaugh talked about being more consistent in order to put more points on the board.
Meetings end in the offensive meetings, and we lead the league in yards, but the points have to come with it, and that's what we're going to chase. We were in that situation last year at one point in time, too, if you remember early in the season. So that's something that we have got to translate the yards into points. And to me, it comes back to consistency. You know, you can gain yards, but then, you know, you aren't consistent enough to finish the drive. So finishing drives, finishing plays, finishing series, really both sides of the ball and on special teams has got to be, and always is, an emphasis.
The Ravens will travel to the Lone Star State next to take on the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday. Meanwhile, Commanders quarterback Jayden Daniels has had a solid start to his NFL career. And the former Heisman Trophy winner is already breaking records. Through the first 2 games of the season, Daniels became the only quarterback in NFL history to complete 75% of his passes, rush for over 100 yards, and throw 0 picks. Daniels' stats so far this season are a completion percentage of 75.5% to go along with 410 yards and 132 rushing yards. Washington will take the field next against the Cincinnati Bengals on September 23rd. Meantime, the Terps football squad is in the midst of another season. The Terps have started 2024 off well as they are 2-1. And as the team gets ready for their next matchup, wide receiver Caden Prather commented on what he's like from the team's offense through the first couple of games of the season.
I like how our offense has a no panic button. You know, as you guys seen, you know, Michigan State and Virginia, you know, we had drives that didn't go our way. You know, we had quarters and halves that didn't go our way. But, you know, at the end of the day, we still haven't pressed the no panic button, and we're going to do the best we can do until the clock hits 0.
The Terps will host Villanova next on Saturday at noon. And wrapping up sports, the Washington Mystics will play their final game of the regular season tonight. Washington will face off against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever at 7 o'clock. And that wraps up today's sports page.
So, Simon, how do you feel about the Commanders' chance against the Bengals? It's Sunday, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Monday.
Oh, Monday, okay.
Yeah, Monday Night Football, prime time.
Yeah.
I feel we have a decent shot. One thing I do want to do is I want to carry our momentum we had running the ball in last week's game into the game against the Bengals. If we can run the ball well with B-Rob, Austin Heckler, and Jayden Daniels, but not too much because I don't want him to get hurt. But if we can continue to run the ball well, eat up that clock, keep Joe Burrow off the field, I think we'll have a shot. And we also do have to neutralize defensive end Trey Hendrickson as well. And no, the offensive line hasn't been that good to start the season, but if we can find a way to kind of neutralize him, minimize his impact, I think we'll have a shot at beating Cincy on Monday night.
All right, thanks, Simon. We'll see how that goes come Monday.
Yeah, hopefully we get the dub.
Yeah. Now let's get a look at our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight will be partly cloudy. Tomorrow it's going to be a nice start to the weekend, nice and sunny with a high of 83.
Saturday, we'll get another sunny day. It's going to be 81 degrees. There's a slight chance of showers Saturday night. Sunday will be partly sunny with a high of 76 and a low of 59.
And for our community calendar, multi-Grammy award-winning superstar Mavis Staples will be in College Park tomorrow night.
Mavis rose to fame as part of her family's band, the Staples Sisters, known for its hit singles Let's Do It Again and I'll Take You There. The performance takes place at the Clarice Smith Performing Center at 8 p.m. For more information or tickets, call 301-446-3232.
And that wraps up CTV News for now. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
See y'all tomorrow. Good night.